Shorties.
And I will always love you. And I will always love you. All right. I'm going to check my analytics to see how many of you dropped off just then and stopped watching this video. Bodyguard and 4 other short science fiction novels from Galaxy, edited by H.L. Gold. This is a pocketbook, an old short stumpy. 5 far out, spine tingling novels in which you'll find out what happens when. Okay, don't give it away. All right. Oh, let's go through them first. And I will always love you. Bodyguard by Christopher Grimm. I hope we get that one. How To by Clifford D. Simek. Delay in Transit by F.L. Wallace. The City of Force by Daniel F. Galui. Whatever Counts by Frederick Pohl. Let's check. Okay, 1 through 5. And I will always love you. Oh, you know it. Will always love you. Hello, everybody. Jake here, and I just finished The Bodyguard by Christopher Grimm. It is 50 pages, 48 pages, and this was really good. Let me put it up there. There, we can look at it. So pretty. Okay, so The Bodyguard opens with this man named Gabriel Lockhart. He's this very handsome, devilishly handsome fellow whom has this girlfriend, and he's going through his life. He's kind of this devil-may-care playboy, very rich, getting into all sorts of trouble, living very recklessly. And for as long as he can remember, he's had this bodyguard. It's always somebody different, completely different looking person. And this bodyguard will step in and stop a bar fight or rescue him from a burning vehicle crash or all these different things, always looking different. And Gabriel Lockhart treats this bodyguard with disdain. And it's very mysterious in the beginning. We don't understand why this nameless bodyguard, is constantly saving him, constantly looking at him, constantly watching him. And it's starting to kind of drive Gabriel Lockhart crazy. Now, Gabriel Lockhart has this his girlfriend named Helen, and the story in the beginning kind of jumps indeterminate amount of times where we'll see the bodyguard save him again, and then him and Helen are married. And at first, we think Gabriel Lockhart is our protagonist trying to figure out why this mysterious man or woman or whoever is always there saving him. And it eventually shifts when Gabriel Lockhart kind of becomes a sleazebag character, we realize. He's not just this careless playboy, he's legitimately an evil person. And has just fooled Helen with his charisma, his money, and his good looks and his charm. And she's even realizing this is not a very good person. I should probably give you the setting. It's very what's the right? It's very like kind of cyberpunk, I would say. Yeah, cyberpunk's the right. It's very like a neo-noir cityscape with flying vehicles, very sci-fi. Lots of terminology. There are aliens, and the main alien, lots of different alien races, and the main one that we're in contact with is called the Vins. And the reason we're introduced to the Vins because as the story progresses, first through the first chapter or so, then we kind of shift viewpoint to the bodyguard, the mysterious bodyguard, and we learn that this bodyguard is addicted to something called Zarquil. Now, there's all these uh, gambling establishments and different type of games, but by far the riskiest, most addictive gambling and most expensive game in the universe is Zarquil. And Zarquil is essentially you go there and you can swap bodies with somebody. And so that's how we learn that's how this bodyguard is continually swapping bodies to follow and keep an eye on Gabriel Lockhart. And so this is instantly I'm just like, what the heck is happening here? This is very, oh, look, I just got a look at myself in the mirror. Maybe I should have combed my hair today. Oh, well, you guys don't care, do you? It's only on the internet for all time. Anyway, try not to stare at my wild hair while I keep talking. About midway through this story, we learn that the reason why the bodyguard has been pursuing and keeping an eye on Gabriel Lockhart is that's his original body. The bodyguard is Gabriel Lockhart. And so that was a well, that was a great revelation. And I'm not spoiling a whole lot. Like I said, that happened halfway through, so I'm not spoiling a lot there. But yeah, we realize that and we learn this from Helen, the fake Gabriel Lockhart in Gabriel Lockhart's body, his wife. And essentially she learns that he was originally the man inhabiting Gabriel Lockhart's body was originally a very ugly, very not just physically ugly and physically undesirable, but ugly as a person. And his only friend was the real Gabriel Lockhart. And this ugly man, this ugly person, he eventually, you know, takes advantage of his friend's kindness, gets him very, very drunk one night, and then takes him to a narco game and essentially tricks him into swapping bodies. Pretty messed up now. So then he assumed his identity and just basically been on the run from this bodyguard. Every time the bodyguard would appear and save his life, Carmody would, not Carmody. Carmody comes later. Lockhart would leave different systems and bounce around, and so finally he's getting sick of this. Gabriel Lockhart, the fake Gabriel Lockhart, is getting sick of this, and he said, "I need to actually take measures." And at this point, the story has progressed where he is more and more of a sleazebag. He's abusing his wife. He's hitting her. He's a very abusive person. Not a good fellow. So it's kind of cool how initially we're feeling like we thought he was our viewpoint character and we're invested in him and this mystery of who's watching after him. And then we realize, oh, he's the villain, and he really screwed over the real Gabriel Lockhart, and who's just been keeping an eye on him to keep an eye on his own body. And so they things progress, and he realizes I just need to kill him, and then I'll be free of him. Then it'll be my body for real because the original inhabitant's dead. And so he goes into the seedy underworld of neo-noir cyberpunk Earth, and he's contracts a killer. He has some connections, and well, he doesn't have connections. He has enough money to dig and buy connections. So he travels down into the seedy underworld, hires a killer. Now, this is when things get. And at this point, I'm enjoying the story, but I'm like, okay, this is cyberpunk's not my thing. I don't particularly care for it. I don't dislike it. I've never read a cyberpunk story where I'm like, this is awesome. I'm always like, it's not my favorite setting, just personal preference. And so at this point, I'm like, I'm enjoying the story, but it's not blowing my hair back, which maybe it did blow my hair back. Look at it. Now, as you guys know, I don't do any research for these Rollin Shorties episodes, but Christopher Grimm, I would not be surprised if he is a detective or crime or like a mystery author as well, because he did a really good job by doling out information and kind of by adding some twists and twists that would layer on top of each other, which I thought was really cool. And so the bodyguard, excuse me, the bodyguard ends up getting into a new body, and they said this one is compromised. But at this point, the bodyguard knows he's on the run. He has to get into a new body quickly. And this is the only Narquil game in town. And so he gets into this body, and he finds out that the body he's in, he gets screwed over because the body he's in is now diseased. He's like, "What the heck? I'm in a diseased body," and so he knows he has to get out of this one quickly because it's dying. And so he gets out of this body quickly before it dies, and realizes that the body he inhabits is a killer, a known killer who the police called hounds are searching for. So he's like, "Great, things are getting." More and more intense, and now I'm in the body of this killer. And he's like, he tries to get it swapped out again, and the Vins aliens are like, sorry, no refunds. As it happens, this gets so twisted and so convoluted in the absolute best way, because as it happens, he is brought in realizing that we don't learn this at first. We learn this afterwards, that he's brought in and contracted to kill himself. this this body he's in now, because he traded out the diseased body into the body of this killer, um, is the one who gets hired to kill himself, the bodyguard, whom the actual killer is now in the diseased body. So it's so twisted, it's so convoluted, it's so great. But also the real killer, who's named Carmody, is now in the diseased body, which the diseased body is named Keats. And so now the diseased body, if I was editing this, I would have like all the, the convoluted looks and all the the people with the algorithms in their mind trying to follow along. But it's not as confusing as probably I'm presenting it. But essentially, the actual killer knows that the fake killer, who is the bodyguard, is pretending to meet with Carmody in order to guarantee or to meet with Lockhart to uh, arrange his own killing, even though he has no intention of killing. And then the real killer finds out, and this whole thing gets convoluted. There's more body swapping. I won't spoil the climax of this because, like I said, it's only 50 pages or so, 48 or 50 pages. But it gets more and more twisted and ends with a fantastic another switcheroo. That's fantastic. It's so clever. It's ended so clever. And it's great. And at the very end, there's the very last line. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil this, but the very last, maybe I should spoil. Do you guys want me to spoil these shorties? Let me know if you want me to spoil them. And I will if you want, because they're only short stories. But I won't spoil this one just because I didn't ask you guys first. But yeah, it ended so great. There's such a twist, and I like stories where at the very end you think you have a ending, a satisfying ending, and then there's a little something. There's something that makes you go, whoa, 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 wait. And maybe it's not a full paradigm shift, but a slight one. It's kind of like the top at the end of Inception. Happy ending. Great. The good guy got his back with his family. This is fantastic. And then that top, is it still spinning? So things like that are just like they make you think, oh, there's more to this, or there's another layer here we didn't see. It does that at the very end, the very last line. There's another little spin, and you go, oh, is it? I don't know. Great. The Bodyguard. Ton of fun. Maybe better than the movie. All right. See you next time.